Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm not going to pick up a guitar to play, but we're going to be talking about guitar setups and one really important adjustment that you want to make on your guitars and learn how to make. But there's also one tool that I think is really essential to have in your tool bag for these setups, especially if you're as picky as I am. Now, I've been doing setups on my guitars for a little while. I researched this a lot. I talked to my guys at Michael Custom Guitar Works about this. Now, I am not a luthier. I still take my guitars in for routine setups, like when the weather changes and whatnot. But recently, I've kind of become more confident in my setups, mainly because I get my guitar back from the best, Michael Guitar Works. I do all the measurements just to see where they set everything, and then I kind of remember it, and then I go off of that. But the one setup component that I've always struggled with is neck relief. As you know, neck relief is the amount of bow in the neck or how flat it is. Take for example this one. This is a guitar that just came in for a review. You'll be seeing this one very soon. But neck relief is the amount of bow right here, or no bow, back bow too, and it's going to either make the string vibrate properly, or it's going to rattle on the strings, or it's going to create intonation issues. So you want to set your neck relief to kind of its optimal point and for your style of playing. So for me, I've come to know that I like a very small amount of relief. I used to use capo and feeler gauges, but I've been noticing that they're not as accurate. You have to really know how to use them. But if you're a professional, you can even do like the tap test where you hold at the first fret and somewhere where the string meets the body, and then do a little tap in the middle, and most of the time those guys can nail it first time. But I recently bought something that I want to show you that I think has changed my way of setting up guitars, or at least maintaining them, and that's this guy right here. This is a neck relief gauge. This video is not sponsored by them. I bought this with my own money a couple months ago, and it's been a really good purchase for me. So it's super sturdy. Not entirely sure what it's made of, some sort of metal, but really sturdy. It has 2 feet on the end, and these rest on the fretboard. I'll show you how to use this in just a moment. There's a little, I don't know what you would call this, caliper, not a caliper, but this is going to move up and down because you're going to press this down, and once you do that, this touches the fret, like right in the middle, kind of 7th, 8th fret, and then you're going to get a reading here, and it's accurate to the thousandths of an inch. So that's pretty cool because that's kind of how you measure neck relief. So I wanted to kind of test this out. So I took my guitar in last week to just have a quick truss rod adjustment, and right away I measured it, and it was about 7.5 thousandths of an inch. Now that's a very small amount of relief, but it's normal. It's like between 5 thousandths of an inch to 10 thousandths of an inch is a normal range, but I'm like right in the middle. So this thing, since I see the numbers and I'm reading a lot on the internet about different brands, factory specs, like this kind of, it just helps me a lot. And I can see visually with numbers how much the neck is moving when I adjust the truss rod. So it's just a really handy tool to have. I'll have a link to it in the description box below. I've turned a couple of friends onto these, and they're loving them too. So I'm gonna get a different angle for you, and we're gonna show you how to use this truss rod, sorry, not truss rod, the neck relief gauge. So the first thing you want to do, you need to have some sort of straight edge. Now, luckily I had this one already, but in order to calibrate this, you need to have a straight edge. So there's something on here that's says 0, so you want to be able to zero it out. So what you do is on that straight edge, you're going to kind of hold it like so, and I know it's turned the opposite way, but right now it's reading 0.000, and that's what you want to see when it's on the straight edge. If you hold it down and you see anything other than 0.000, it's not flat. So you want to find something that is flat. Now, once you get this and you try to zero it out, make sure you hit the 0 button. And then when you take it off, it's going to give you a reading. Like mine is 0.060, if you can see that here. And then when you press down, it's reading flat. So that's exactly what you want to see. So I'm going to get a different angle and I'm going to show you how to use this. All right, so here it is. My guitar is, right now it's on the couch. This would not be the optimal way to adjust your truss rod. You would want the neck supported, or you would definitely want the guitar in playing position, and that's usually what I do. But I'm just kind of showing you how to use this right now, so I guess it's not super important. So I guess what I'll do is probably just support it right here. But if you notice, so right now it's set to 0.060 inches. Then if I press down, it's reading 0.013 inches of neck relief. Now watch what happens here. So I'm going to keep this pressed down. So it does kind of fluctuate a little bit if you press down harder in the middle. So I guess it's give or take 0.012 to 0.013, but watch what happens if push right here and right on the middle of the neck. So you see how much that tension does play in neck relief and string tension in general. Like obviously if I were to change these to a set of 11s, you're going to get more pull on the neck and it's going to create more of a bow. So with this guy, again, you want to hold this on the first fret. So these feet right here, just be careful with them. I like to put this in the middle, but then I also like to bring it over to right in between the E and the A string, just to see if there's any kind of warping or twisting in the neck. I don't think there is in this one, but okay. So right now, if I were to press down, take that tension out of the equation, so supporting it in the middle, it's right around 0.006 inches of neck relief, or 0.007, which is right about where I want it. But let's see what happens if I take this Allen key and I add a bunch of relief into the neck. So let's see if I can, or let's do it the opposite way. Let's take out relief. And I'm pretty sure this is a dual acting truss rod in this one, so you're going to see quite a bit of relief taken out of this. So let me go ahead and add a little bit of support here. Yep. So that is way too little amount of relief in the neck. And that was probably about a quarter, maybe a little bit more than a quarter turn in the neck, the truss rod, and it did that much. So another really positive thing about this tool is you're going to see what the truss rod really does and how much of an adjustment it makes for these little tiny turns. So check this out. I'm going to add some relief back in. We're going to try to get this back to probably 7/1000ths ish of an inch of neck relief. So let's did about a quarter turn right here. Still got to go. Another quarter. And we're almost there. So just probably another 1/8 of a turn. And right about there. So you see how easy it is. Again, do this in playing position. I'm definitely sure that if I were to put this in playing position, then it would not read the neck relief that I would want. So definitely do it in playing position. But these are well worth it. Neck relief is so important. It is the first, well, besides changing your strings, it is the first part of a setup. If your neck relief is off, it's going to throw your whole setup off. So check these out. Well worth it. These are G-Tech neck relief gauges. All right, everyone. Take care. Hope you have a good one. And let me know how you like this video in the comments below. Take care.